Alright guys, I've been able to play Palworld early. I have 30 plus hours into the game, and boy do I got a lot of things to talk about. But I do want to address something before we get into the video. I want to kind of go over a lot of questions I've been seeing on my previous video, which was a preview to Palworld, and I want to cover those primary questions first before we get into the mini part of the video. Now, as a full disclaimer, I do want to let you guys know I am currently right now under NDA, and I won't be able to say too much information about the game until the 16th of January, which I will be streaming the game early. So if you want to see early gameplay, if you have a question, I want you to do me the favor and drop the question down below. I am going to go over every single question. If it's an easy question, I'll answer it here in the comment section. If it's a more complex question, I will be streaming on the 16th, and I look forward to seeing you guys there and answering any questions you might have about the game. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and answer one of the biggest questions that everybody seems to be asking in the comment section down below. Is not so much the date the game is getting released, but when exactly you're able to play the game. So the game is getting released on January the 19th at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So basically that is midnight. Now this is Pacific Standard Time, so you're on the East Coast, that's going to be a different hour for you guys. If you're Central Time, that's going to be a different hour, so 2 a.m., 3 a.m., depending on where you are located. So if you want to play the game as soon as it comes out, just be up at 12 midnight Pacific Standard Time and you will get access to the game. Now, another thing I do want to address and want to make sure I make extremely clear is that remember, this is a early access game, and currently right now this ain't a full release. They are going to be releasing new stuff as the game progresses, and we're going to talk a little bit about that further in the video. Now, another question that I get asked a lot in the comment section down below, if the game is free to play. I try to make it as clear as I possibly could on the video, but it seems like not a lot of people got to that part. The game currently right now is not free to play. You actually have to purchase the game, and the price of the game is $29.99 for early access. Now remember, when the game goes global and it's available for everybody, the price is going to go up. So you want to keep that in mind. If you want to save a couple bucks, you could get it for a lower price if you get it at the entry level of the early access. And so far, I mean, it's looking like a very solid price. All right, so another big question that I get asked a lot is regarding the PvP. In my preview video, I mentioned that the game is meant to have PvP. It's supposed to be a PvE focused game with some PvP involved later on as you progress throughout the game. And that is 100% correct. The one thing I want to make sure that I mention very clearly, though, is what I mentioned in my previous video, is that in the early access state of the game, currently right now, there is no PvP option, but the game is meant to have PvP. And the developers actually recently just addressed this because a lot of people want to see PvP in the game and they want to know where they stay. So this is what the developers said. PvP will not be supported at the initial release. So that means in the first month or 3 months or 2 months that the game is out, there won't be any PvP. However, we are currently testing PvP internally and experimenting with different approaches. We want to find out the right type of PvP that fits Palworld, and when it's ready, we will share that news with you. So currently right now, there is no PvP, but PvP is coming. They don't know how they're going to implement it, but eventually it's going to make its way into the game. So for all of you guys that are saying there's no PvP, that is the answer. There is PvP. It's just not in the game yet, but PvP is coming. Now, another question I get asked a lot is about the crossplay. Will crossplay be enabled? Now, talking about crossplay, for playing crossplay, you're going to need friends. If you guys are looking for people to play Palworld with, make sure you guys check out our Discord server, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like if you want to see more Palworld content, because starting the 16th, we're going to have you guys completely covered. So addressing the question about crossplay, the game is currently going to be available on PC and also on Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. Now, you will be able to play Game Pass if you're playing it on PC as well. So Game Pass PC, that's going to be available. But the question you guys are wondering, will crossplay be available between Xbox and Steam? Yes, it will be available, but it won't be available at launch. They're currently working on a system that would allow them to have that available as soon as possible. This means PC Game Pass cannot play with Steam until crossplay is added. Another question I got asked a lot is the game coming to PlayStation 5? Currently, right now, the game is not coming to PlayStation 5, but they said that they are considering it during the development, and maybe when the game goes live completely off of the early access, it will be available on the PlayStation 5. I believe this is due to negotiations with Sony and the PlayStation 5. Another question that gets asked a lot is controller supported on PC? The answer to that is yes. I am currently playing on a controller, and it's actually pretty good. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about the feel of it in just a bit. Another question that gets asked a lot is, can you play the game offline since it's a single player game? If you want to play as a single player, can you play it on live? The question to that is yes, you could play it offline by yourself or with your friends online. Speaking about your friends online, how does the multiplayer work in Palworld? Well, you can play Palworld with up to 3 friends simply by starting a multiplayer game session and then inviting 3 additional friends afterwards. You can create a dedicated server which will allow up to 32 players in the same world and create guilds. Now, if you want to join the Bolt Nation Guild, make sure you guys check us out on Discord. They said they are providing tools to create these servers yourself at launch. There will also be an official server managed by the team that's making the game, where you could choose to either host or make a private server, which is something really great. And one of the things I'm really intrigued to see how it actually plays out. Now, one question that's getting asked a lot is, if you're playing as a single player and you want to join someone as a multiplayer, will your character come with you into that multiplayer session? They said currently right now, at the moment, it's a half and half. It's partially yes. They said that the character is bonded to your world and is not shared across servers or in single player. However, if you are the host of a co-op game, then you can switch between a single player or multiplayer freely. But your guests will not be able to do this. They plan on providing a server safe transfer method later along development. So basically, guys, if you're playing a game and you're playing single player and you're level 15, let's say, and you join your friends and a multiplayer, you're not going to bring that 15 level character. The only way you're able to do it is if you actually host and you invite your friends. That's the only way it works. So if you want to make sure you guys are constantly leveling together, you're probably going to want to play the sessions at the same time to make sure you guys are leveling accordingly. So that pretty much covers the majority of the questions I got on the video. Now to talk a little bit about the stuff that I have been able to experience as I've been playing the game. Now, like I said, we will be streaming the game on January the 16th, so just a couple days from now. So if you want to know what the game feels like, what the game looks like, I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel, turn on all your notifications so you guys know exactly when we go live. We usually post on Discord when we're going live because unfortunately sometimes YouTube does a really bad job of sending out notifications. Now, in addition to that, I will be posting videos on that specific date, going over like important stuff that I feel that you want to know before you actually get your hands on the game, because we weren't able to play the game early, and I want to make sure that all the bases are covered in the sense of you guys knowing how to prepare as you get the game. Now, throughout the rest of the week, I will be providing more in-depth videos as we progress based on crafting, best ways to level up, best pals to pick up, all that really good stuff that you want to know about the game. I will be bringing you up to date with every single detail about the game. Now, like I said, it's going to be extremely important that you have any question about the game currently right now as it states. Ask it in the comments section down below so I can answer that question via the comment section, or I can answer it via the live stream on January the 16th. So that way you guys can know everything you guys would need to know about the game. So if you want to see more Palworld, guys, here on the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, share the video with your friends if they have any questions as well. And I'm going to tell you, you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. I will have a review about the game as well, or like a first impression, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are enjoying our content here at the channel. If you are, doing a huge favor, guys, drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on all your notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.